Hello and welcome back to Rising Angels Reborn. Natalie, are you awake? Oh, I am now. What's wrong, Faye? Wow, I can see why they paired up the Sunshine Twins. Ha ha. Zuri wanted me to come and wake you up. She said something about your datapad beeping? Oh, did my message come in? You can afford a few moments to grab a bite to eat with me, can't you? I wanted to talk to you about the camp. Everything the mutt is in, even the mutt is invited. Apologise. Huh? For what? Apologise to Faye. She is not a mutt. You don't understand a thing. I understand that I'm not tolerating that sort of attitude, even from you, Sol. It's okay, Natalie. Sol doesn't mean it. You know I mean every word of it, you sneaky, despicable dog. Wow, he's an arsehole. I mean, seriously. Sol! Sol, get back here! All I hear is the clink of boots, and as they get faint as he storms away. I'm sorry about that. I'm also sorry that I had to keep apologising for him. Faye's fluffy tail hangs limp, and those crystal blue eyes of hers remain dim, but she waves my apology away with a brush. Some things never change. Some things should change. I don't want to start a fight between friends. They aren't a very good friend if you don't know something about them that makes you angry. Please don't. He's been getting better, honest. Our relationship is a special case. That doesn't make it better. He's in like a nice lupide. He shouldn't be so mean to you, or Zuri, or Alphonse, or anyone else on this ship. Slowly, that soft, sleek tail of hers begins to wag once more. Thanks, but there are some things you don't know. Then again, there are some things that I don't know either. Alright, you're right. There are things I don't know. Want to come with me to find out what Zuri wants? We can get some food afterwards. And I can get the real story behind why Sol seems to hate you more than the others. Brilliant, Natalie. Brilliant. Sure. Hi, Zuri. I'm back. Huh? Nobody's here. Something is wrong. Do you hear that? It's all crinkly sounding. No, but I smell it. That smouldering electronic smell, just like when my radars used to overheat. Where's it coming from? Oh, I don't see anything from my lab equipment, or any of the testing processes. This room is pressurized and sealed to prevent potential contamination. It has to come from here. My eyes scan the room, but nothing jumps out at me. What the hell could have... I step further into the room, and hear the noise Faye was talking about. Sounds like boots stepping on glass of... Oh. I look down, and I'm rewarded by the sight of the obvious answer to who was stepping on the glass. Shards of sparkling glass are scattered around the floor. Where did they... It takes all of my self-constraint not to scream in primal rage when I trace the glass to its origins. My data pad. All those hours, all that data. My heroes. A ceremony honouring the dead warriors of over a dozen games. That's what I must do after I get this cleaned up. Heroes who will never see their adventures completed. And that's why you always keep backups of your save files. I can't even begin to imagine the punishment that awaits Zuri when I find her. This sort of crime is unforgivable. She couldn't even be bothered to admit she broke my stuff. Looks like someone stabbed your datapad with some sort of cone-shaped object. No, Faye, they knocked it to the ground and stepped on it. The damage is obvious. I'm not talking about that one. What? I only own one. With the utmost care, she lifts my precious, precious clue. Not so precious anymore. The thin polymer sheeting has been defiled with a large hole gouged in the middle. I yank on my only lifeline out of Captain Moonfellow's hands. No, no, no! This shouldn't happen. I jam the power button again and again. The shattered screen remains as dark as my dreams. What beast could have done this? It wasn't like that when I left, I promise. I hadn't uploaded it to command yet. All gone, everything. I can feel myself deflating, like a punctured balloon. Chasing the shuttles was a shot in the dark. This? My hope? And watch where you put those talents of yours. You smashed a couple of bottles at the site that I was going to inspect. Most people only say that they can trust me to screw things up. Captain Moonfellow, what would you say could have caused that hole? I don't know. A spike, maybe? Would you say it is about the same size as the spikes on Zuri's wings? Maybe. I don't know what my heart feels like now. It's as empty as the void. but the heat of unbridled rage burned strong in it. Lieutenant Zuri? I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. I don't know what I'm yelling. It's the painful howl of someone who's just lost their everything. No words will be able to explain my loss of precious information to command. No words can replace my only lead. No words can make sense of the pain in my heart. My sweet Major, whatever is wrong? I don't trust myself to speak, and I can only raise my shattered dreams up. The research camp datapad. What happened to it? Zuri. We don't know. Are you saying you did it? No, I didn't. Sol and Commander Rosanna sprint in. Rosanna's composure is strong and uncompromising, but Sol, he's breathing hard and there's almost a manic glint in his eyes. Natalie, are you alright? Calm down, Major Pucil. Calm down. Major Pucil, why are you screaming like a banshee on my ship? Look. I don't give two craps about some stupid trinket. Are you alright? Did she hurt you? What does it matter? It's gone. The spike went right through the central drive unit. There's no way I can recover anything. If you want me to give her a look... I want you to shut the hell up, Nat. There are more things to find out there. Are you alright? I'm fine. I came as fast as I could. What's wrong? Zuri. It seems odd that our security officer would take so long to respond to an emergency. Odd? This is my downtime. You decided to go off shift right after this? This? What this? Don't lie to me. Really, I don't know what you're yelling at me about. This! I shoved the broken pad under her nose and watched those green eyes widen in terror, clearly frightened that I knew of her foul deed. Natalie! Oh my! Why are you all looking at me? You don't think that I did this, do you? Did Faye leave before you? Yes, Faye left, and then I left, and it was fine before I left. I swear upon the winds I do. You were the only person here. You were the only person who could have done this. I'm afraid the hole caused by whatever damage the pad matches your spike size. I know your measurements. You have spiked wings too? Mine are much too big to have caused this. For your next question, I was with Kylie trying to fix the bathroom. Then there is my personal data pad, crushed. It could have just fallen. There's a boot print on it, a large one, like yours. Sol has big feet. Maybe he came in here and tried to frame me. You all know he doesn't like me, or non-humans. I glance at Sol. Out of the sea of hostile faces, he's the only one that's calm and collected. I figured he'd be the most upset person, this incident confirming his anger over Zuri. But he's not. If anything, he looks contemplative. Lieutenant Zuri, the Major was with me during the time in question. You would do well not to cloud our investigation with bias and petty insults. You have a history of stepping on things, don't you? Who else could it have been but you? Stop lying to me. Stop lying to all of us. You broke both of them by accident. By accident, I'm sure, but you did it. This was my only clue, Zuri, my only hope, and you smashed it. You destroyed them both, and you can't even find the courage to admit it. What sort of warrior does that? Please, Nat. On my honor as a warrior, I swear before the winds that I didn't do it. You have to believe me. She's pleading with me, her tone as hurt and weak as mine. My anger's draining out as it begins to vent from my heart. She was the only person who stuck with me during the dull time. I don't want to think she did it, but facts are facts. Zuri was the only one who could have done it. Zuri wouldn't lie to me. I've just gotten to know her, but I can feel in my heart that she wouldn't lie to me, and I have to have faith in my crew. I need to start considering just more than the damning fact. There's more here, there has to be. I've let my fear take over my mind. My emotions are swirling around like a vortex, and I'm not thinking straight. Okay, Zuri. I believe you. Nat. Major Pucil, you are allowing your emotions to cloud your judgment. Excuse me? The evidence you have submitted is the proof I need. Lieutenant Zuri, you have the means, the history of clumsiness, and the opportunity. But that you continue to deny your guilt is conduct unbecoming of an officer. Quite appalling. Until I can determine what your punishment should be, you are hereby restricted to your quarters. Myself or Major or Hackett will escort you for food at designated periods of the day. Confined? I will determine what sort of punishment this act of negligence warrants at a later time. Captain Moonfallow, please inform Lieutenant Starr that she will be rooming with you on the alternate sleep cycles. Yes, Mom. Major Pucil, report to me the damage after you do a less emotional assessment. I will comply. And you are coming with me back to your quarters. I didn't do it. Keeping your mouth shut and not making your situation worse would be wise. But I didn't do it! Lieutenant! I didn't. Why won't you believe me? If you had proven yourself more trustworthy in the past, I wouldn't have had to end this way. If you will excuse me, my dear. Sol, you haven't said anything this whole time. I was pondering the mysteries of the universe. Tell me, Natalie, why do you think Zuri is innocent? The evidence is against her. I can't let my anger at the situation dilute my understanding. Right now, every single piece of evidence suggests that it was Zuri. That fact alone makes me suspect others. Everything just seems too convenient. Even if she hadn't been the last confirmed person in the room, we would have suspected Zuri due to her nature of not watching her surroundings. If we consider assessing the suspect, Zuri, logically, would be the first person I'd try to pin the blame on. And as you saw, nobody would question it. Then there's the circumstances surrounding it. Where did she go? Less than 10 minutes passed between Faye leaving and my arrival. If she really was the one who smashed the pads, she should have been near the scene and the first one to respond. She could have waited. Yeah, perhaps. But what also bugs me was her defense. Most criminals would have just tried to show an alibi to prove her innocence. Zuri didn't, she just repeated that she didn't do it. That makes me feel she really believes that she didn't do it. Then there's the damage to the recovered datapad. I didn't consider this in my anger, but what sort of weird angle would she have had to be at to do that? What about her martial arts? In my lab? I give her some credit. Besides, there was no other damage to the rest of the room. Do you want to know what I think? I'm letting my emotions blind me. Oh, really, Sol, look at... You're letting yourself be blinded by presumptions now. I fully agree with you. I think Zuri is innocent. Huh? Your analysis of the situation where we could have found a true culprit framing Zuri matches my thoughts. You just missed one very important detail, though. Oh? As odd as it is for me to be the one who say it, you missed the emotional aspect. Zuri is not the type to lie. She believes that babble about being a real warrior and is almost always truthful. She'll dodge questions like no tomorrow, but she has never straight out lied to me. She says she's innocent, and I'm forced to believe her. There's something belittling about being told to look at the psychological aspect of a case by Sol. Still, I agree with him. Zuri seems so open. Lying doesn't fit my picture of her. But if we conclude that Zuri is innocent, we're going to be forced to face another unpleasant fact. Someone destroyed those datapads. They didn't want me looking at where those pictures contained. Pictures? I explained what limited findings I had gathered before my information was ripped away from me. Just like when I first thought about it. The look of worry and irritation crossed his eyes. The report said that we're looking into an artifact, not a giant green rock. You didn't recognize the language? Nah, it was gibberish. I might be able to reproduce some of it from memory, but without the original, we have no idea what it said. Could the shuttles have been dispatched to find pieces of some weapon and the rock was directions? Maybe. If the writing was coordinates, it was done in a prose format. But our problem now is not what was written on them, but why someone decided to destroy that information. What have they gained by thwarting your investigation? To determine why, we must also determine the who. Our list of suspects is rather large. Well, I have an alibi, as does Commander Rosanna. I highly doubt that you're a suspect in this. Well, of course I'm not smashing my own stuff. Idiot, I was sleeping. You walked in. That's right, he walked in with Faye. Could either of them or Rosanna have done something when Zuri left, but before getting me? Their alibi isn't airtight. That doesn't even discount the possibility that Rosanna and Sol are working together, because they don't like my mission here. Any presumptions I make now are premature. I need more facts. No matter how strong our bond is, or how foul I feel even considering it, I need to keep all logical options open. Ugh, I hate this. I don't want to think ill of Sol or Zuri. I just want to find out what happened to these researchers. Why did someone have to butt in? Why don't you go and talk to Zuri? Will I try and convince our illustrious commander of why Zuri shouldn't be confined? You do that? Of course. Though it's a colossal waste of time. She'll say you're emotionally compromised by your feelings, and I'm compromised by my friendship with you. What feelings? Oh, idiot. She's a member of this crew and deserves to have our full support. That just meant that you two seem to be friends. You seem to be defensive over that, Natalie. You're just cruel. Why are you even helping Zuri anyway? You hate her. It comes with the title of executive officer. Look out for all your troops, no matter how annoying or small their lizard brain is. A leader? That's right, your job's to find out the truth. Mine are to make sure it doesn't destroy people in the process. I should get going. I as well. Just don't let her know I'm worried about her, alright? Because people might think you have a heart. Because they need to respect their superior officer. We don't need any more discipline failures on this ship. Sure. Good luck, Sol. Hey, Zuri, can I come in? Are you gonna yell at me some more? I wouldn't blame you. You said you didn't do it. When has anyone believed my innocence? Sol did. Huh? No way. He did. Tell me that the one person on the ship I can always trust to be honest and forthcoming was you. He knows how much you pride yourself on being a warrior. I'm a joke. Don't say that. Ugh. Not even you considered my side at first. I saw how angry you were at me and I thought... What? Tell me, Zuri, I want to know. Oh, there I go again. Screwing up another friendship because I can't be dependable. A real warrior is someone everyone admires, that everyone wishes to be. Nobody wishes to be me. Most people tell me they're glad they aren't me. Funny, right? No. You're so stuffy, it's hilarious. No. Really? Imagine working so hard your entire life to live up to an ideal and not even be remotely good at it. Graceful, not blundering. Focused, not distracted. Stoic, not... Zuri turns away from me and sits back down with her head buried in her arms. I'm not sure if Dreamer can cry, but I know a depressed one when I see it. I'm sure that I'm violating her personal space, but I take a seat on the bed next to her anyway. Her bunk is just as hard and cold as mine, and these blankets do nothing against the cold. What do I say to her? I know what my leadership course has taught me on consoling. This just doesn't remind me of any other scenarios we went over. Why do you think that you're so awful? Wait, I didn't mean to call you awful, I meant... It's okay, I understand, I'm awful. Oh, damn you open-ended questions, you aren't helping me. Why do you think you aren't a real warrior? I'm not one, am I? A real warrior wouldn't sit here questioning herself. That's not what... I mean... After they demoted me, I should have learned. I should have known I was worthless at anything other than being a grunt, lifting boxes and running around the track really fast. Shut up! Huh? What I'm trying to say is that only you think you're worthless. You aren't actually that way. But everyone... Screw everyone! A real warrior doesn't care about the opinions of others. She cares about her own opinion of herself. I know, but nothing. You are who you want to be. You are who you think you are. How many times must I tell you that? You're driving me crazy. Nobody can take away your pride in yourself other than you. If you believe you can be a real hero, a real warrior, you can't let mean or blind people hurt you. You have to fight. You have to take all that courage and all that honour in your heart and fight. Be the warrior you want to show to the world. Not all of those screw-ups weren't my fault. Then, instead of moping about what you should have done, focus on what you can do. You train so much that you're driving Sol crazy. Keep at it until you're a fighter you can be proud of being. For a scholar, you certainly do have the heart of a true warrior. You certainly are the dashing hero when you're worked up, Major. See? You shouldn't make assumptions. I feel a little better, thanks. I know I'm innocent, and so will Commander Rosanna when you and Sol find the real culprit. The real culprit. I wish it was Zuri in the darkest parts of my heart. This mystery isn't going to leave me anywhere simple or pleasant. But the truth is out there, and the truth can never die. I know the evidence pointed at me. I know I must have looked like the villain, but it meant a lot to me that even though you looked so enraged, you still found it in your heart to trust me. Don't think anything of it. Don't say that, I'm touched. None of my seniors have ever stood up for me when I was getting in trouble. I'll find some way to repay your trust. My code demands it. Really? Don't think anything of it. We're friends. What? Nothing. Shh. Don't look at me like that without saying something, Lieutenant Zuri. Sorry, Major. So, got any plans on how to keep yourself busy? I was going to spend them crying before, but I don't think that's such a good idea anymore. Nope. Sol would be very disappointed in me if he heard his security officer was crying. Now that Kika is going to be constantly camping out in here, I might have enough room to practice stances. You should practice your flute. Aww, you just get this passionate speech that made me think I was wrong about you being a scholar. Why'd you say that? I think you're hearing the words coming out of my mouth, but missing the key details. You're just proving the scholar label was the right one. Oh, how about you helping in the candy shop game? I would, but electronic games aren't useful for honing one's physical body and spirit to be a warrior. Seems pretty scholarly to me. Yeah, I guess you're right. That's sad. I was looking forward to playing it. Delete. Wait! Nope, I'm not. Hey! I take away her datapad before she can commit any sort of heinous crime against her save files. No more innocent data will suffer this day. You can't do that. You have almost 20 hours into this game. Think of the characters you've unlocked. I'm not falling prey to things that would seduce me away from the path. Clearly, you have. You've played this level 20 times. That's mean. Besides, how are we supposed to trade skills if you delete your game? You were going to teach me your martial arts, remember? Fine, it can stay. You're still going to keep playing it, right? I'm not as strong as I need to be, so I might. Maybe. Okay. Don't let yourself give up on something that you find enjoyable. I won't, Elder. I'll stop by later. I need to go check up on Sol. Have fun. I'll still be here when you get back. I wish she didn't sound so sad when she said that. Sol's right. There's no lying in her soul. I have to resist the urge to give her a hug and tell her one last time that everything will be fine. Keep your discipline, Natalie. Don't let your emotions overtake your professionalism. But she's my friend. They kind of look like this, I think. Ah, stupid pen! If only I had something that allowed me to write in glowing blue runic symbols. These pen scratches look nothing like the picture. I've been at this for almost 3 full days. I haven't had a decent meal or rest since the start of this. My batteries are far past depleted. This is just awful. I can't base my investigation off drawings that look like something a 3-year-old drew for our class. I doubt my decryption program or my defunct datapad could do anything with it. But I've been at this for 3 days, and every time I try to sleep I come back here to milk my brain for any remaining drop of information. That rock has been drained of any drop of memory. The only break I've permitted myself is an occasional visit to Zuri's confinement. True to our mutual word, we've been exchanging lessons. For a girl who can move as fluidly as the wind and as quickly as lightning, her timing is just awful in Candy Shop. She couldn't move a piece into the right place if her life depended on it. I glance at the ship chrono on the wall. It doesn't really matter when you work on your own schedule. It's good to see you are still alive, Natalie. Oh, hey, off shift already. Didn't you just replace Sol? That was almost 12 hours ago. Ah, I've been in thought. Thinking is important, but don't lose track of the world around you. We tried calling for you a few hours ago. Oh, the shift. I remember that. Did you find anything on the sensors? Forgive us. It's not your fault. We're going to the next site, right? Another failure. Oh, who cares about getting a promotion? I'm more concerned about having a job by the end of this. With all haste. Keeler isn't pleased with herself. She bet Faye her entire dinner that we were going to find the shuttle with your artifact on the first try. Faye bet against me. Faye likes food more. She'll take risks if the meal is great enough. Well, I suppose I'll have to take a cut from her dinner later for that. Are you hungry? I was going to bring Zuri her meal. If I've been sitting here for 12 hours... If I've been sitting her for 12 hours is technically what it says, another typo. I could use the break. Let me lock up first. Hello, Zuri. There's a bit of commotion as Zuri shuffles something under her blanket and leaps to her feet. I keep telling you to knock, Al. If you did not wish uninvited visitors, you should lock the door. Ah! Oh, Nat. Hi, Zuri. How are you feeling? Same old, same old. It's so boring in here. Don't fret. Sol is still trying to get the commander to remove you from being confined to quarters. It still sounds weird hearing Sol doing something sweet in the same sentence. He really does want the best for his troops, even the ones who almost knocked him out. Did knock him out. Twice. Twice? What? He walked right into it. I do not think that would be exactly the way he would describe it. How could he describe the incident at all? Touché. So, what did you bring me? Faye felt so bad for you that she wanted me to make tonight's dinner extra special. Is it her linguine? Sliding next to Alphonse with remarkable precision and haste, Zuri almost seems like when I first met her. Faye's pasta must be something amazing. It is indeed. Oh, Nat, you've got to try this. Alphonse distributes the small containers of noodles between us. I move to sit down on Zuri's bed, but she nudges me to the side. Don't sit there. What are you hiding? Eat up. Are you dodging my question? Yes, now eat up. They're so much better warm than cool. Warriors and their secrets? Alright, let's dig in. The gurgling of my gut reminds me that I forgot to eat again today, and I eagerly pop open the lid, not eager to let the rumbling consume my gut further. But the smell of what's out of my container reminds me of a rotting carcass. The white gloop that covers the noodles make me feel ill, not excited. I push the noodles around with my fork, though it takes a bit of effort to move the weak noodles around in the paste. Is this edible? Could this be an attempt to assassinate me? I wonder if I should look into Faye's activities a little closer. Oh, go on, you'll love it. Zuri isn't even touching hers yet. She's watching me, waiting to judge my reaction to this mucky, chalky, slimy grossness. Well, even if this is a joke, I'm not the one to back down. Bottoms up! For a split second, I hoped that this was going to prove my initial assumptions wrong. And instead it proved Sol's assessment of Faye's cooking accurate. It tastes like I just ate a salt shaker and tried to wash it down with bonding glue. How I managed to get a single spoonful down is an act of God. Well, what do you think? It's interesting. It's amazing. Sol and Kylie won't touch it. They don't know what they're missing, right? True. They don't know, and that's probably for the best. Here, another flavor leaves much to be desired for human tastes. Thanks for looking out for me. What are you two whispering about? A prayer before dinner. Ah. I take the glass of water and try and clean out the waxy remains left on the roof of my mouth. At least my hunger's gone for now. So, Natalie, we haven't talked much since you arrived. Are you settling in well? I'm still getting used to not seeing sky or fresh air, but I'll adjust with time. If there is anything I can do to help you settle in, let me know. Isn't he so sweet? It's hard to think that Al and Sol were wingmen when they were fighter pilots. Not illicitly, but we did serve some time in each other's company. You do have a knack at making a person feel welcome, Alphonse. And he's pretty cute too, right? Is that sweet, gentle boy next door feel? Alphonse gives Zuri a curious look for a split second, before replacing it with that warm, natural smile. That's very nice of you to say, Zuri, though I think Sol might have the more classically handsome look than I. Personality's rotten though. He doesn't know what the phrase fun on the job means. Some would say that you could learn much from him, and he could learn much from you. Or we could just ask Natalie, who do you think's cuter? I don't think it's my place to judge. Not like you're the sole decider. Come on, I want to know. Don't worry, you won't offend me with your choice. You're not gonna let me go. Well... Holy smokes, a choice! You do realise that the previous video didn't have a single choice, and this is the first one I've encountered in this video, and we're so near to the end that I think I'm actually going to call this one here. Okay. Well, I will call this video here, say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.